Real out here. We used to say it's going to get real out here, man. It's getting real. It's gotten real. All right. It's only going to get realer. All right. Joshua, the book of Joshua 24 and 15. Okay. It says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, for you 2/3 niggas out there, choose you this day whom you will serve. All right. Make your choice, man. Because obviously you have a choice regardless. You got a choice on what side you're going to get on regardless at the end of the day. Choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. In these times we're in America, so a lot of people into that Christianity, that Baptist, even Islam and all these other BS religions and BS going on, man. Are doing the same thing. But y'all like to try to come and all try to get with the Bible, man. The Lord, you Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, choose you this day whom you will serve. You can't serve the Lord and eat at the table of the Lord and eat at the table of Mammon, man. You gotta make a choice. All right. It says, in whose land ye dwell, but as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. So basically, you got a choice. You're either gonna be down with this truth, or you're gonna be down with Esau's truth, or what he considers truth. Everybody coming together, living in harmony, Because I was talking to a brother a couple of days ago, man. Assert the reality, not the reality, the fantasy of truth nowadays. It just basically goes on what your foundation is, man. So a lot of you 2/3 out there reading the Bible talking about what's truth, what's right, and what's wrong. It's all in. It has to go on the foundation of the Bible. If it's not the foundation of the Bible, then it's not credible. To you, it might be credible. To you, it might be true. To you, it might be morally correct. But what is it according to the Bible? That's why y'all can't get down with the scriptures speaking on rape and Edomites having Edomite women as concubines, or killing babies, and whatever the scripture, however goes hard on a subject that affects you in a personal moral ethic, you can't get down with it because the Bible has a different foundation. All right. But back to the point of the matter, man. This is what's coming soon to a theater near you, man. All right. And the terrorist suspects are American citizens. So let's go to this last little article here. Okay. Of course, the NDAA, right? It's a lot. So I'm just gonna read little high points here and there. All right. Read the first paragraph. This is from Wikipedia, by the way. Wikipedia. It says indefinite detention without trial, section 1021. The detention section of the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, begin by affirming that the authority of the president under the AUMF, which is the authorization of use of military force, martial law, people, martial law, plain. It's right there on the wall, man. But continuing on, it says a joint resolution passed in the immediate aftermath of what? September 11th, man. It's going on down the line, man. All right, includes the power to detain via the armed forces any persons, including U.S. citizens, all right, who was part of or substantially supported Al Qaeda, the Taliban, or associated forces that are engaged in hostilities against the U.S. or the United States or its coalition partners, NATO summit. All right, and anyone who commits a belligerent act against the U.S. or its coalition allies in aid of such enemy forces under the law of war without trial until the end of the hostilities as authorized by the AUMF. Okay? The text authorized trial by military tribunal or transfer to the custody or control of the persons country of origin or transfer to any other foreign country or any foreign entity. All right, they're telling you basically they if you're considered a terrorist, including American citizens, you're gonna get locked up. All right, and it's based off what? What's the pusher? You know, straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. September 11, 9/11. All right. I'm gonna jump down to paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph. It says, according to Senator Carl Levin, the language which precluded the application of Section 1031 to American citizens was in the bill that we originally approved in the Armed Services Committee, and the administration asks us to remove the language which says the U.S. citizen and lawful residents would not be subject to this section. This was entered into the congressional record on November 17, 2011. Note that Section 1031 of the Senate bill became Section 1021 in the final bill of law. All right, so it's telling you plainly, all right, if you decide to go against, they try to play it off as like if you're part of Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda is just this boogeyman. It's basically if you go against whatever the military, not the military, it's like you, whatever the U.S. is with. Key point, the NATO summit. Now people are getting arrested for that because they're considered terrorists because you might have a lighter in your hand. You might have a lighter in your pocket. You can have anything. You had pepper spray. All right. You know, because they could, you know, you saw exaggeration, playing things out of proportion, man. All right. And we're gonna go down to the another part of this Wikipedia section, so to speak. Requirement for military custody, Section 1022, because we're talking about it's 1021, because it mainly evolves around the two sections, the 1021 and the 1022, that involves American citizens being detained and thrown in concentration camps. All right. It says all persons arrested and detained according to the provisions of Section 1021. All right, which the paragraph before was just explaining. All right, and you can look it up, you know, right here, including those detained on U.S. soil, whether detained indefinitely or not. So it's saying because they're detained for a while, they say they may do some years. You know, they may get, you know, they got lawyers trying to fight for them. You know, which shows because they got lawyers fighting for them. I'm pretty sure in these Edomites, I'm pretty sure they had lawyers. So lawyers got to come and come off the on their own account basically because they don't have no one to represent them, taken without trial. All right. Or says are required to be held by the United States Armed Forces. The law affords the option to have U.S. citizens detained by the armed forces, but this requirement does not extend to them as the foreign persons. All right. So it's saying they treat a foreigner a little bit different, so to speak. All right. As with foreign persons, lawful resident aliens may or may not be required to be detained by armed forces on the basis of conduct taking place within the United States. All right. But when you're considered a terrorist, then you're alien. You're basically an alien. All right. Because it's a circle of politics, circle of laws. You know, we're not going to do this to an American citizen. But if you consider a terrorist, you're no longer an American citizen. Now, if you're a terrorist, if you're no longer an American citizen, that gives them the right to torture you, waterboard you, guillotine you, whatever, ship you off to Guantanamo Bay or whatever. All right, so all this, it goes back to what? That's why we say we're at the end of this thing, man. This ain't happened. This wouldn't happen big time like this back in the other wars with the Port Harbor and things like that. You know, when they was throwing these other people in concentration camps, right? And these times they're talking about doing this to American citizens. This is a first, as well as you have record earthquakes happening, storms happening, man. All right, the dollar crashing. All right, the oil's going up. All this. You mean all this is going on in one time, one period, and we ain't almost out of here. You niggas gotta be out your mind, man. Gotta be out your mind.